Hello and welcome to everything. I'm Raymond. Today is an awesome day because today is Ghana's Independence Day, and I'm so happy to be alive to see this day. A wonderful country is going forward every day. Awesome. Now, today's video is about how you can start without money and become independent in your life. And I want you to watch this video from start to finish. Do not skip anything. Subscribe, share with your friends. There are many people who have finished university, polytechnics, and high school, junior high school, and haven't found a job yet, or are working but are underemployed. They're not earning enough. Today's video is going to be talking about stuff that you can do, and these are things that I have done myself and to raise income for myself, and it's been wonderful over the years. One of the things that I started was selling of insurance. And I came into the insurance business more than 10 years, a little over a decade ago, by accident, through some discussions. And the insurance company that I got involved with has been very helpful. And I'm going to mention their name, not to advertise them, but to tell you my journey, which can also become your journey, or you can learn from and begin to make some money for yourself. And this insurance company is called Star Assurance. Again, Star Assurance. So I went to their office a little over a decade ago and I said, look, after some discussions, I want to become a broker. And they were like, no, you can't become a broker. You need money to start and become a broker. You need an office. You need that. You need that. I said, so what do I do? They said, no, you can't become an agent. And this is the agency fee. But we'll cover the fee for you. And we'll give you a line. We'll cover the fee for you. We'll send you to training and you get a license and you can start selling. I said, wow. So they paid the license fee. Sent me for training, first training, and sent me for another training and put me in the hotel for three days. They fed me, they gave me material, they gave me t-shirts, they gave me notes to read, several items to improve me, and several categories of general business that they sold. So I was like, look, after the discussion, I realized the lowest hanging fruit for me was to sell auto insurance. That's insurance for vehicles, cars, trucks. So I got involved in that area and then I started selling. So what did I do? I first went to my friends who had cars. I'm like, I want to sell insurance to you. Some of them say, yay, take the business. Some of them say, no. My insurance company provides me a cheaper fee. By then, the prices went on the same. It was one insurance company could have a different price for third party and the other one could have a different price. Over time, the prices became even. So the game was now on customer service. And because of the training, and because personally I'm a good customer service person, so I went an extra mile and I got business. So what did I do? Let's say I have a customer who had an accident. The traditional insurance company is going to send you a form to fill to make your claim. But what did I do? After sending you the form, I will visit you in the hospital and sympathize, truly sympathize with you. And these people were happy. So they were initially prospects. They became customers. Then they became clients. Over time, they became partners. They literally started referring people to me because, they were sick in the hospital. They had an accident. I visited them. I spent an hour in the hospital with them. For some of them, some of them also were dedicating their children who had children. They would say, oh, look, can you pass by? And I would pass by and I would spend time and they were happy. Their insurance agent was in their home doing their baby dedication. And so when they bought another vehicle, they brought that vehicle to me. And sometimes they even became advocates for my business. They will literally sell the business for me. So I'll be there and somebody calls me and says, this gentleman told me about you, that you have a Star Assurance and that you're good and this and that. So how much is that? My car is worth this amount. What do we do? I started getting business from people in the National Cathedral. During the National Cathedral days, I started getting business from people there. I started getting business from priests. I started getting business from sports people. I started getting business from doctors, engineers, all over. Because somebody put in a word who became an advocate. And those people started putting in words for me and speaking for me. And I didn't need money to start that side hustle. I didn't need money to start that kind of a business. I didn't need money. All I needed was the insurance company, and you have to choose wisely because some insurance company are going to make you pay for the license fee. But Star didn't do that, and I went through that process. And so many people who bring me business literally are from friends or people have done business for, have sold insurance to, and they are literally bringing in those businesses. So they are coming through that chain, you know. And I was fortunate. I met one gentleman called Daniel, and Daniel took me to Vanef STC, and he had some relationship there. And I got 2 buses from somebody who had buses in the fleet, and those buses cost thousands of dollars. And I started making commission in dollars. Interesting. Then some of my friends had breakthroughs and they bought Land Cruisers, and I got the commission. There were times that I got commission in hand $700, $600, and $500 for just one vehicle. And so this is a side hustle you can do, whether you are employed, wherever you're a teacher, whatever. You have friends who have vehicles. This is something you can do, and you do not need money to start. So why do you wait to get a good job? You can start. And for some people, this can become your main job, depending on how many vehicles you have. You understand me? And the overheads are the responsibility. You literally don't have overheads. You just a little. You make phone calls here and there, and that's it. And sometimes people just come to you. You don't call them. And another thing you can start with no money is teaching. I remember some 15 years ago, 15, 16 years ago, when I left university, I realized that there was a subject that many people struggled with, quantitative studies. Now, I wasn't a guru in that area, but I realized that it was an area for making money. So I got into YouTube, I got into books, materials, studied it so well, and started telling people on university campuses that if you have a problem with quantitative studies, I can help you. And by then I was living alone. My rent was just around 120 cedis a month by then. And I will crisscross the motorway, and by the time I will get back, I have, after paying for my transportation and all that, I have like 70 cedis with me, and that was more than half of my rent. And within a week, I would have crossed the motorway just to teach one person quantitative studies. And by the time I have taught the person twice in a week, I had my rent for the month. Then I got a new person in Trasaco, and I will go to Trasaco twice in a week, and in a month I would have got in excess of about 300 cedis. And I was alone, and this was how I was making my income without investing money into, without having, I started literally with no money in these things. You can do that. You can do the same thing today with literally zero cash. There are people, maybe you don't know quantitative studies, you can't do all, but there are people who want their children to be taught how to dance. And you're a good dancer in your neighborhood, but that dancing skill, you can make money. How do I know that? I used to go to a dance class in Dansoma, and I paid fees to learn to dance. So there are people who want to learn to dance and who are willing to pay you some cedis to learn to dance. And this can be applied in any location, any African location, Ghana, Nigeria, Ivory Coast. These ideas of insurance selling, of teaching people. There are parents who want to learn to dance. I remember one man came to where we learned to dance. He was going to have a wedding. He came with the wife to be, and they wanted to dance a particular dance, so they had to come and learn for 4 weeks, and they paid money to learn for 4 weeks so that on their wedding day they could dance a certain way. So your dancing skills can literally make money for you, and it can either be a side hustle or a main job. Another thing you can do was another thing I did was research, and I'm telling you my experience, research. And one of my colleagues in university was my course mate, but was a little step above me in terms of his smartness and his understanding of the subject and his dexterity in the area. I mean, his name is Daniel. He's also called Daniel, interestingly. And he told me, Raymond, you can make some money by researching into this area, and he literally taught me how to do good qualitative research. He taught me that. And I was humble. I learned how to do good qualitative research. And over time, people will come to me and I said, okay, if you're having trouble with that area of analyzing your work, I can help you to analyze it. And sometimes I will do it over the phone with people and they'll send me some money for it. Or sometimes I'll go and then, look into my, on their, in their material and then, advise and sometimes get my hands involved in there and assist them to just to do the analysis there. And that blessed me so well as a single man. It made me so much income to be able to help myself so that I don't depend on anybody. And these are skills that people have and they are sitting on that you can literally put. And today we have AI. AI can even enhance that ability and make it faster for you. And another thing you can do, which I've seen people do, I haven't done, but literally people do this to make money, is deep cleaning. Go to people's homes and give them a little flyer. I can clean your house, do deep cleaning for you. You don't have to start with money. So someone is going to say, how do you do this? Well, first of all, you tell them you buy your own bucket because we don't want to cross bacteria and viruses from somebody's home to your home. So you buy your own bucket, you buy your own brooms, your mop sticks and all that. And then you come, you do a good work. And for security purposes, if you're a lady, you wear an overall and you go with a trusted friend just to be around like your security, for safety. And if you're a man and you're going to a place that, that there could be challenges in the environment, you go with a trusted friend and you wear overall, you go with a trusted friend just for your own safety. And you can do this deep cleaning work because people looking for deep cleaners in Ghana, in Togo, in Nigeria, in Ivory Coast, in Uganda, that they want people to come once a month to really clean around where the mess is, where their children have put toffees and rubbish that cannot be cleaned. You clean all that area and you charge them. And sometimes you can, I know deep cleaners who clean, one-man army, he comes, he clean a whole 3-bedroom house, he's living with 500 Ghana cedis. And he's done that in 2.5 hours. Guys, you can become independent on this Independence Day by starting without money. Look around you. You can start without money, but yet make money. These are my experiences from Star Assurance to research to teaching. And I've seen people do cleaning and make some money. Thank you for watching the entire video. Think about it. Share it. Subscribe. Ask your questions. I'll be here to answer you. Give you a wonderful answer that will move you to the next level. Ask questions. Comment. Like. Share. And I'll see you again. Have a wonderful Independence Day. Yours truly, Raymond. Bye-bye.